Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause.
Mr. Schoellhorn, great to have you with us. Looking forward to your speech. Welcome, sir.
Honourable Ministers, senior officials of the Indian government, colleagues from industry, ladies and gentlemen. I caught a cold on the flight here, so I apologize right out of the gate for my voice, but I will hold on. It's a pleasure to be back in India. I was in Delhi last June as part of the German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius' delegation. Much of the discussion then centered around the importance of a rules-based world, a rules-based world order, and the intensification of defense collaboration and partnership. I'd like to touch on both points again here. The world today has a stake in the success of India, this growing and new India, an economically successful India that will be a stabilizing factor in the fractured geopolitical world and an alternative supplier for many goods and services. Today, India is not only a bystander in global politics, but an active and integral part when it comes to shaping the face of the world in the 21st century, politically, strategically, and economically. Developments over the past 2 years, like the war in Ukraine, the terror in the Middle East, and the withdrawal from Afghanistan, have shaken democratic societies, complicating how we think about deterrence, grand strategy, and defense production. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, in a world that is changing so quickly and tremendously, it is essential to have partners you can trust and rely upon. I see the relationship between India and Airbus as one such partnership of understanding, trust, and symbiotic growth. For more than 60 years now, technology and know-how from Airbus have not only catalyzed the growth of India's civil aviation sector, but also supported the modernization of its armed forces. We at Airbus take pride in the fact that we have been and continue to be a partner in the Indian growth story. For Airbus, India is a key focus, both as a fast-growing market, but as well as a strategic resource hub. We recognize, leverage, and develop the remarkable local talent through our Airbus engineering, digital, and innovation centers in Bangalore. That apart, we are constantly increasing India's contribution to our global procurement through high-quality procurement from our Indian partners. Airbus' annual procurement from India surpasses $750 million and is soon set to double to $1.5 billion. As a company that's keen to developing an ecosystem in India focused on aerospace and defense, we realize a manufacturing push is nothing without accompanying skill development. Last month, Airbus entered into a 50-50 joint venture with the Tata-owned Air India to launch a world-class commercial pilot training center in Gurugram, Haryana, to train 5,000 new pilots over the next 10 years. Thus, we proudly say we make in India, we design in India, we innovate in India, and we skill in India. It is understandable that a country such as India would want to be self-sufficient as far as its military requirements are concerned. We support this and have embraced this as a core of our business strategy in India. The C295 India program is a telling example. In September 2021, India formalized the procurement of 56 Airbus C295 military transport aircraft to replace the Avro fleet. 16 of these aircraft will be delivered by Airbus from Spain. The remaining 40 will be manufactured and assembled by a partner, Tata Advanced Systems Limited, TASL, at the Tata Airbus C295 final assembly line, Gujarat. The C295 program is a game changer for defense manufacturing in India. It will evolve the full development of a complete industrial ecosystem, from manufacturing to assembly, from testing to qualification to delivery and maintenance for the aircraft. This project will generate 15,000 high-skilled jobs directly and another 10,000 for small and medium companies and the Indian industry in the next 10 years. Last month, coinciding with the visit of the French President Macron to India, we also announced the setting up of a second Airbus final assembly line here in the country, this one for the H-125 civil helicopter, already a leader in the Indian market. Indeed, Airbus is open to exploring deeper industrial cooperation and collaboration as part of its support to the modernization of the Indian Armed Forces. For instance, with the Airbus A400 transport aircraft and the A330 MRTT tanker aircraft, to optimize the effectiveness of the military operations as a whole and in concert with existing aircraft. Looking out into the future, reimagining possibilities, we see connectivity and multi-domain warfare becoming key for future of armed forces. With our partners, we are currently developing a future combat air system, in short FCAS, a sixth-generation fighter aircraft teeming with various drones and embedded with what we call the combat cloud as the data backbone of the overall system. That is a project we've never done before at Airbus Defence and Space at that scale, in terms of size, in terms of volume, but also when it comes to the technological and human skill required. One sector that is on the cusp of greater things is space. The sector is now open to private investment, thanks to the recent decision taken by the government and Prime Minister Modi that will unleash the true potential of the space industry in India. And allow me to say, we at Airbus already have a rich history of collaboration with ISRO. We have jointly designed and developed and built communications satellites in India for European operators. We use Indian launches to put our satellites into orbit, some examples being Spot 6, Spot 7, and DMC-3. Airbus put a majority of the Indian INSAT communication satellites in orbit in association with Arianespace. In the future, we look forward to the opportunity of working with the Indian private space companies to industrialize our space technology in the country to meet the requirements of both defense and the civilian sectors. Ladies and gentlemen, India is taking a place among the leading nations in a transformed international order. What India says and thinks is more and more relevant to a wide range of governments across the world. At Airbus, we have strong affinities and ties to India and a keen will to weave our strong interests together. Make in India is at the heart of our business strategy, and we will continue to contribute towards building an Atmanirbhar Bharat. I hope that was somewhat understandable. We are confident that India is well on its way to achieving its ambitions in the aerospace and defense sector, and Airbus is privileged to be a keen partner on this journey with India. Thank you very much and enjoy the evening.